Are you thinking about appealing your commercial real estate property taxes? If so, check out this video with several frequently asked questions on this topic. Hey everybody, Barry here with the Lawful channel. On this channel, if you haven't figured it out yet, you're going to find great short videos on the legal topics that affect our lives. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. And if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comment section below. If I can't help you, I'll find someone who can. I'm in Chicago, Illinois again today with real estate attorney Fred Agustin. Fred, thanks for getting together.
Thank you for having me, Barry.
This is kind of the second in a two-part series on real estate taxes and appealing them. This particular video is going to be on appealing commercial real estate property taxes. Fred, is this governed by federal or state law?
It's state law. And, to get even more specific, it's really local. So here in Cook County, the Cook County laws dictate the property tax and property tax appeal process. It also involves a little bit of the local municipalities in terms of the tax rates.
Okay, so we're in Illinois, and these laws really apply to Cook County and Chicago and so forth. So I guess the point being is that if you're in another jurisdiction, just make sure to check the laws in your local jurisdictions. So today we're talking about commercial property. So Fred, tell us, when we say commercial, what does that really mean?
So it means several types of uses. From the residential end, it consists of multi-unit residential buildings, 6 or more units. It also consists of condominium buildings, since those are also multi-unit residential properties. Commercial includes retail, office buildings, and then also industrial properties.
So how are commercial properties assessed?
So it's different. So for a multi-unit residential building, 6 or more units, or condominium buildings, they are assessed at 10% of their fair market value, or at least what the assessor thinks your fair market value is. And now for commercial industrial properties, it's 25% of whatever the fair market value is.
So Fred, you mentioned that there are some different ways to appeal your property taxes. What are some of those ways?
So one way, which is the more popular way, is market value. And when I say market value, we're talking about an appraisal report. And you really want to get an appraisal report that's either a full appraisal or a limited appraisal. A full appraisal involves 3 approaches to value. It involves the cost approach, the income approach, and sales comparison approach. Now, if you only get a limited appraisal, it's only going to account for one approach to value, which is the sales comparison approach. And really, when you do a limited appraisal, those are the types of properties where it's owner occupied. So for instance, the business actually owns the property and they're running their business in that piece of parcel.
Okay, and what is the second way to appeal your property?
Second way is, and it's kind of correlated again to the market value approach, but the second way is it's an income analysis. And really this is for properties that are leased. And what's the income analysis, you ask? It's basically, we're analyzing income, we're analyzing the potential gross income that a property produces. You look at what the market vacancy is in the area, the market expenses in the area, and then you come up with a cap rate, and that's how you come up with a valuation per se for the property. So Barry, the third way to appeal a commercial property, and it goes back to the aspect of market value, it's recent sale. So if a property was purchased in the last 3 years and it's an arm's length sale, meaning unrelated parties in the 2 course of business, you could appeal based on the recent sale of the property. Now, there's one condition on that. If the county enacts and decides that the recent sale is good and uses the recent sale in its decision, that recent sale is only good for 1 year. And what I mean 1 year is that the next year, the county then will reassess the property.
And the fourth way to appeal your taxes?
And the fourth way is based on this idea of vacancy. So for instance, for income producing properties, if the property is vacant, but you're very diligent in trying to occupy the space, you could get vacancy relief, which is basically a partial assessment for that property. and that partial assessment's only for 1 year. Another component for vacancy relief is, let's just say if the property's damaged. If the property's damaged, then it's uninhabitable. So you could get also partial assessment for that condition. Again, that is only for 1 year only. And after that 1 year, the property then gets reassessed.
So one of the common questions that you'll see is, how do you appeal a condominium's property taxes?
So Barry, I actually know that condominium appeals very well because I used to work for the Cook County Board of Review, and during my last year at the board, I was in charge of reviewing a majority of the condominium appeals in Cook County. So I know a little bit about how condominium appeals should work, and really the approach should be condominiums should appeal as a group. Now, what's a group? You should appeal as an association, or a majority of the units within the condominium should just appeal as a group. And here's the reason why you should appeal as a group. It's because at the end of the day, what the county is going to look at is they're going to try to come up with a valuation for the entire condominium. So since they're doing that valuation, majority of the units will get the benefit of that. Hence, you should appeal as a group.
Okay, so the last question for you is, if you do want to appeal your commercial real estate property taxes, where do you do it?
So here in Cook County, there are what I call 2 levels of the appeal. So the first level is appealing at the Cook County Assessor's Office or the Cook County Board of Review, or both. You could actually do both so long as if you're early in the process. Now, let's say you're not happy with the decision that the Board of Review granted. You could then appeal that decision even further, which I call the second level. And the second level comprises of the Illinois State Property Tax Appeal Board, which is a quasi-judicial board that's established by the state of Illinois, or you could file suit at circuit court.
And I almost forgot to ask this question, but is this something that you have to wait to do intermittently, or is this like residential real estate appeals that you can do every year?
It is like residential real estate where you could do it every year. Again, people get that confused in terms of reassessment and actually appealing your assessment. Reassessment, again, here in Cook County, all properties get reassessed every 3 years, but you could actually appeal your assessment every year.
Okay, well, thanks again, Fred, for getting together today to talk about appealing commercial property taxes.
You're welcome, Barry, anytime.
Now it's time for your take on the law. Have you appealed your commercial property taxes, or are you thinking of appealing them? If so, tell us about it in the comment section below. Hey, thanks for checking out this short video on appealing your commercial property taxes. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. We post bi-weekly videos on the legal topics that affect your life. And if you have any legal issues at all, please feel free to reach out to me. If I can't help you, I'll find someone who can.